my topic for today, it's changed as I was setting up my studio for you this morning. I was going to try to sit so that the lake was behind me and you could see what I'm seeing now. But when I sat that way and pointed the camera that way, all it was a field of white and me in silhouette. And so I played around and eventually ended up, turned the other direction with the light coming on me. Like, again, if you are know anything at all about video and photography, you don't want to be looking into the light. You need to have the light shining on you. Which is a decent blog topic of its own, but that's not where I'm going. Where I was going was with the whole, why can't the iPhone just adjust and realize that it wants to see me and not, the vast whiteness behind me? Why can't it just adjust and see what my eyes see? Why can't it see the lake and see me? True. If it's truly autofocus, shouldn't it just see what my eyeball sees? And that is where my topic for today came from, and it comes from the folly that was me thinking that I could go a few days without watching any politics news. Not, I meant well. My intentions were good, but it's the week of the Democratic National Convention, and I want to watch it. And I actually made a pledge to myself yesterday that I wasn't going to watch anymore. It's not worth the discord here in the home, so I'm just not going to. But then Barack was talking last night, and Kamala was giving her acceptance speech, and I wanted to see him. So we did. We watched it recorded on C-SPAN, pretty much after everybody had gone to bed. And then when we were done watching the highlights we wanted to watch, we flipped to CNN because we wanted to see what our people had as far as a take on it and what did CNN's panel have to say about the speeches and what they had to say. And I will tell you, the CNN views were in fairly stark contrast to my time yesterday morning watching Fox and Friends, looking at the evening's activities previously. And what I realized was those are just two different kinds of autofocus. They were giving us what our eyes wanted to see. And that if we really wanted to see things as they are, we can't rely on anybody else to autofocus for us. We've got to get out the complicated camera, which I have and don't know how to use. I use autofocus. I don't want to have to worry about shutter speed and setting the f-stop and finding my white balance point. And I'm known as slaughtering the terminology, photography friends, and I apologize. But to get the desired look, and maybe my metaphor is a bit muddled, you got to work at it. If you rely on autofocus, it's going to go the easiest route. It's going to make some assumptions. And if we do that with our views, politically, religiously, that pretty much encapsulates it. That encapsulates our world, politics and religion. You can pretty much roll everything else up underneath that. But if we autofocus on our religion and autofocus on our politics, and then we choose all of the outlets that autofocus to that point of view for us, that's easiest. It's the way we want to go, and we don't have to mess around with any additional settings. Then if you go to try to watch somebody else's preferred autofocus settings, all you get is a white screen with a silhouette. And no nuance, no. Problem is, they look at mine and don't see the nuances. So, what's my lesson to pull away from this? Confirmation bias, I guess. It's a popular phrase right now, and one that bears a continual fleshing out and repetition until we understand that we are going to see the world the way we want to see the world, and we're going to collect sources that confirm what we already think is true. The antidote to that, I'm not sure. Other than, force yourself to focus differently sometimes. Push yourself into other viewpoints. And I don't think it's as easy or as painful as, today I'm only going to watch MSNBC or CNN, and tomorrow I'm only going to watch Fox News and read Breitbart. That's too far opposite ends of the spectrum that aren't ever going to give us any kind of picture of reality. So, I look at media bias websites and find out who's more in the middle, who's more fact based, who tends to use less inflammatory headlines and things like that, and make myself look at some of those sources. Watch the CBC from Canada. Not sexy coverage. No fancy studio work there. They're just doing the news, but you're getting pretty fact-based news, and without a lot of inflection, one way or the other about how Americans should view said set of facts. The BBC, same thing. I would say NPR, but I know a lot of people feel like NPR is a tool of the radical left, and so that one's out. I read university publications, academic writings, which again I know can be written off as liberal because all of our upper you know education institutes are hotbeds of liberal activism. But I'm still going to try. And I guess that's all you can ask of anybody. Just keep trying. Keep trying. Today I'm really going to try to keep the TV off. We'll see how I do. I'm going to watch a chickadee eat off the feeder here while I look out over the lake and finish my coffee. Have a good day.